Last Tuesday, one of the very first employees Oracle ever hired, someone who had been at the company for over 40 years, woke up to a paragraph on his phone telling him it was over. The email arrived at 6 in the morning from nobody in particular, just a signature that said Oracle Leadership. By the time he finished reading, his laptop was locked and 4 decades of work had been reduced to a severance form sent through DocuSign. Nobody's telling you the real story about what is happening in the American labor market right now. You are being told that artificial intelligence is replacing workers. That is not what is happening. What is happening is that the most profitable companies on earth are firing tens of thousands of people who are doing their jobs well and using their salaries to buy machines. Not because the machines can do the work yet, because the machines are more valuable to shareholders than you are. Once you understand the financial mechanism behind this, you will be able to look at your own job and know exactly how exposed you are. By the end of this video, you will know why profitable companies are gutting their own workforce, which professions the latest research says are most at risk, which ones are untouchable, and what you should be doing right now if you want to come out of this on your feet. On March 31st, up to 30,000 Oracle employees across the United States, India, Canada, and Mexico received that termination email at 6 in the morning. Nobody got a phone call. Nobody sat down with a manager. The company locked their systems and told them the day they read that email was their last day of work. Another post came from a son whose father had spent 20 years at Oracle, was undergoing cancer treatment, and just lost his health insurance along with his job. The day those people were cut, Oracle stock jumped 6%. Wall Street called it cost discipline. 30,000 people lost their livelihoods before breakfast, and the market sent Oracle a thank you note. Oracle made $6.1 billion in net profit last quarter, a 95% increase. This is not a company in trouble. This is a company that looked at its own workforce and saw a pile of cash sitting in the wrong column of the balance sheet. Oracle is racing to build the physical data centers that power the AI industry. Analysts at TD Cowen estimate the company has committed to roughly $156 billion in infrastructure spending over the next 5 years. To cover it, Oracle raised close to $50 billion in debt and equity in early 2026, pushing total borrowings past $100 billion. Both Moody's and S&P placed Oracle on negative outlook, 2 downgrades from junk status. When banks pulled back, Oracle turned to the fastest source of cash that requires no lender at all, its own workforce. Those layoffs free up $8 to $10 billion a year. A senior product manager costs roughly $200,000 annually. A single NVIDIA H100 chip sells for about $25,000. One employee equals 6 chips on a balance sheet. Oracle did not replace these people with artificial intelligence. Oracle liquidated them to build the data centers where artificial intelligence will live. Oracle is not an outlier. Oracle is a preview. In 2026, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, and Microsoft have collectively committed to spending roughly $650 billion on AI infrastructure in a single year. That is larger than the entire annual economic output of Sweden. You cannot build half a data center. You cannot sign a 15-year lease on a server farm and walk away when the economy slows. Those are fixed costs, locked in for decades. The only flexible line item on the balance sheet is the people. A month before Oracle sent those emails, Jack Dorsey cut 40% of Block's workforce in a single day. 4,000 people gone from a company that had just posted a 26% jump in gross profit. Dorsey said it plainly. Intelligence tools have changed what it means to build and run a company. The stock surged 22% overnight. Whether he was being honest or performing efficiency theater for his shareholders, the market did not care. The market heard the number and bought. Then he said something that should concern every working professional in America. He said most companies are late to this realization, and that within a year, the majority will make similar structural changes. A survey of 1,000 US hiring managers found that 55% expect layoffs at their own company this year, and 44% named AI as the primary driver. This is already spreading behind technology. CBS News shut down its nearly century-old radio division. IKEA's parent company is trimming 800 office positions across 32 countries. The spending does not stop, and every quarter, the fastest way to pay the bill is to fire the people whose work a server can approximate. When companies announce mass layoffs, they tell you they are trimming the fat. Most people assume the axe falls on the lowest rungs first. That assumption is dead. A research team at Anthropic published a study in March mapping exactly which jobs AI is already performing and which ones it could perform at its technical limits. For computer and math workers, AI can theoretically handle 94% of their tasks. For office and administrative roles, 90%. The researchers warned of a scenario they called a great recession for white-collar workers. Let that land for a moment. The person most at risk is not the one stocking shelves at 3 in the morning. It is the one with 2 degrees and a corner office who spent 15 years building a career that a language model can now approximate before lunch. According to that same study, the most exposed workers are disproportionately female, earn 47% more than the least exposed group, and are nearly 4 times as likely to hold a graduate degree. Lawyers, financial analysts, project managers, HR directors. The people who did everything the system told them to do are the first ones the system is throwing out. Microsoft's AI chief, Mustafa Suleyman, said most professional tasks will be fully automated within 12 to 18 months. He is not an outsider guessing. He is the person building the thing that replaces you. The workers who are safest right now are the ones the modern economy spent decades telling, we are falling behind. Cooks, mechanics, electricians, plumbers. 30% of the American workforce has zero AI exposure, and almost all of them work with their hands. You cannot digitize a nurse checking a patient's breathing. You cannot automate a plumber fixing a burst pipe at 2 in the morning. 20 years ago, a parent would have panicked if their kid chose to become an electrician instead of going to law school. Right now, the electrician is the one sleeping soundly. 77% of Gen Z say it is important that their future job is hard to automate. They are watching what is happening to the generation above them and making the rational choice. The money already confirms this. The lowest paid 10% of American workers saw their real wages grow by 15.3%. High-wage workers at the 90th percentile grew by only 6.9%. Right now, in most major American cities, an experienced electrician charges more per hour than a junior financial analyst earns. That sentence would have been absurd a decade ago. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects 5.2 million new jobs over the next decade, concentrated overwhelmingly in healthcare, construction, logistics, and energy. Healthcare alone is expected to add 2 million positions. 2 million jobs that require a human being to show up, look someone in the eye, and make a decision that a machine cannot be held accountable for. The 2 single fastest growing job titles in the country are wind turbine service technicians and solar panel installers. Construction is being pulled forward by data center build-outs and renewable energy. Meanwhile, office and administrative roles are projected to decline, and retail trade is expected to lose jobs outright. The economy is not dying. It is shedding one skin and growing another. If I was sitting across from my own family right now, here is what I would tell them. If your job can be described entirely as information processing, start moving toward work that touches the physical world or carries real human liability. Look at where the money is going. Healthcare support occupations are projected to grow over 12% in the next decade. Energy infrastructure is booming. Skilled trades cannot find enough workers. The same forces draining the office are flooding those sectors with demand and capital. Position yourself there, whether that means your career, your portfolio, or both. The economy is repricing every job in America right now. That repricing does not care about your degree, your title, or your 20 years of experience. It cares about one question: can a server do what you do? If the answer is even close to yes, you do not have as much time as you think. What are you going to do about it? Tell me in the comments.